On most days, Intertech's Oak Brook office exhibits the typical scene of people getting work done, the clattering of keyboards, the ringing of phones, and the buzz of printers. But on occasion, Intertech employees are greeted with the sound of children's laughter or the sight of a child racing down the hallway on a riding toy. Intertech Oak Brook doesn't run a daycare, but the kids who come to the on-site observation room might think differently. Intertech's Consumer Goods Division works with some of the world's largest toy and children's product manufacturers and retailers to develop safe toys for kids of all ages, from design, safety testing, and inspection through certification. The kids who visit the office are here for scientific reasons. They are being observed during active play in a laboratory setting, a toy-filled room bursting with enticing things for them to explore, to see how they interact with and treat various products. This allows Intertech research scientists to observe different child development stages and exploration strategies to predict foreseeable use, the things a child might do with a toy that go beyond its intended use. Based on these observations, Intertech develops data that enables manufacturers to predict such behavior for individual products and product categories. One of the first exploration strategies exhibited by children is mouthing. Infants primarily explore through their mouths because it gives them more information about an object than all other exploration strategies combined. Through mouthing, a child learns about the texture, size, consistency, and shape of an object. This exploration strategy continues to be displayed well throughout childhood. Young children begin to integrate their visual capacity into exploration of objects by looking at an object and then mouthing it, and vice versa. They're learning to connect the visual image of an object with the way it feels in the mouth. Once children have a visual image and information about an object gained through mouthing, they learn that the object has more than one side, which leads to rotating the object as they visually inspect it. Initially, children rotate an object with one hand, turning it back and forth, visually examining the different sides. With increased motor coordination, they use both hands to rotate the object, which leads to passing it from one hand to the other. This allows children not only to learn about object properties, but also promotes development of motor skills like releasing, grasping, and coordination of both hands. With increased fine motor skills, children become capable of extending one finger without extending all of their other fingers or pointing. Children at this stage begin to explore objects by putting their finger inside the objects or running their finger along the outside of an object. Children will also explore objects by placing objects into their own body cavity like their ears or their nose. Children bang objects to hear the sounds different objects make, as well as to get information about the weight of an object. Dropping of objects begins early in life as they start learning that objects continue to exist when they are out of their hands or sight, and it is also one way to express a certain level of control over their caregivers. Throwing objects is a favorite activity of young children to learn about the weight of an object, as well as to exercise motor skills or assert power. Children combine objects as they begin the exploration stage of placing things together. Children use this strategy to see how objects can fit together if they can fit on top of or inside another object. As development continues, children begin to notice and play with the concepts of same and different. They try to find objects with similar characteristics or functions and try to put them together. At this stage, children have begun to explore the functions of objects and understand how to use them appropriately. For example, they understand that a telephone is used to talk into, a bottle is fed to a doll, or a food product is eaten. Representational play involves children using their imaginations in various objects as props to recreate their real-life observations. This type of play helps children explore and learn about the world around them. Once children have an understanding of how products are intended to be used, they begin to branch out by applying creativity towards their play. Imaginative play enables children to undertake a pretend role and express that through their actions and verbalizations. This allows children to try out different social roles in an effort to better understand the world around them. Children are often interested in testing the limits and capabilities of objects, thereby increasing the risk involved with using them. Unfortunately, children's sense of cause and effect and the possible risk to themselves is not well developed, and they can often perceive themselves to be invincible. Observing these exploration strategies to predict foreseeable use is an essential element of Intertech's model safety process. By understanding the sequence of strategies children use to explore objects, we can effectively identify product hazards. Foreseeable use is always a primary consideration as Intertech evaluates products and develops new hazard assessment tools.